Let's go ahead and focus right now on getting right into side lying, AB, and adduction. We need to really focus on this hip joint. We talk a lot about the rotator cuff in tennis, but this hip cuff is important as well. Jacqueline's going to take this top leg straight so that this toe goes to her heel. The toe is going to be turned down, and she's going to lift her straight leg from the muscles on the top of the hip joint right here. Should feel it right here on top. Make sure the belly button stays in toward the spine. As Jacqueline does this for 8 to 12 repetitions each set, we also need to focus on the bottom leg. Jacqueline's going to take the top leg all the way up, which is going to continue to activate the muscles on the outside of your hips, and then fire the muscles on the inside of the bottom thigh to lift up the leg, which is also straight. And we'll do this again for 8 to 12 repetitions. This will take a lot of core strength and hip strength, but it will help decrease your injury potential and improve your lateral speed. Dynamic lateral pillar bridge is going to develop the muscles on the lateral aspects of our body. Jacqueline's going to start with the elbow on the court, or she can use her towel and place that underneath the elbow if you need it to be more comfortable. Jacqueline's simply going to keep a straight line between her ear and her ankle. Make sure that she keeps her belly button drawn right into her spine, and she's going to lift the hips by pushing out of her shoulders, so she feels very long through her shoulders and a straight line through her hip. She'll drop right back down until her shorts hit, not her hip, but her shorts, and then come right back up. We'll do that for between 6 and building up to 12 repetitions. Now once we've mastered that, we can then lift the top leg before she comes up and repeat the same exercise, again progressing from 6 up to 12 reps. This will help shoulder stability, your core stability, and your hip stability to improve your lateral movement. The hip crossover was designed to allow you to get your shoulders to work independently of your hips and warm up and prevent injury in your low back area. Jacqueline's going to hop right down on the ground, arms out to her side. She's going to make sure her thumbs are pointed up, her belly button drawn in, her knees together, and her toes right up toward her shins. She's then simply going to rock over to one side, stretching out the muscles of her torso, then rocking back to the other side. We can do this between 6 and 12 repetitions. Out of those 6 to 12, you can also take it up into the next progression, tucking the knees more up to the chest, which will stretch you out more in the middle of your upper back. Jacqueline's then just going to rock right back over. And once we've mastered this, we can also go to the next one, which is take the legs up to 3/4 to straight and rock all the way over and all the way back. Turning this more into a strength exercise, but will also give you strength with a great range of motion to allow you to really turn the shoulders for great ground strokes and for great baseline movement. This is the hip crossover. The leg overs are going to stretch the muscles out between your shoulders and your hips, as well as your glutes, hamstrings, and calves. Jacqueline's going to keep the arms straight out to the side, her belly button pulled right into the court, and her legs straight with the toe right up toward her shin. She's then going to take her foot and reach it up toward the opposite hand, and then bring up the opposite side. We're going to do this for between 8 and 12 repetitions. With each repetition, we can gradually make it more and more dynamic, improving the range of motion as well as the dynamic flexibility of the glutes, the hamstrings, and the calves. This is the leg over. The rotational cook lunge is going to help open up the muscles around your hip capsule all the way up through your torso. Jacqueline's going to take a big step out. She's going to put her opposite hand down, support her weight. She's then going to turn, reaching her top arm all the way up with a big rotation you'll feel here while keeping this back leg long and straight, activating her glute. She'll then take the hand back under, reach under her arm, trying to get as much shoulder turn as she can, stretching the muscles of the upper and mid back. Then she'll reach back up, exhale, reaching the leg long, firing the glute, reach all the way back under. And we'll do this for 6 to 10 reps on each side. We'll then repeat on the opposite side. This is the rotational cook lunge. Arm hugs are going to help stretch out the muscles of your upper torso, including your chest, your shoulders, and your upper back. Jacqueline's simply going to take his arms way wide and then hug herself all the way across as far as she can reach. And then after she hugs herself, she's going to open up and hug the world. Now we're going to do this for between 8 and 12 repetitions. And every repetition, we're going to gradually become more and more dynamic until your arms are very fluid, trying to reach maximal ranges of motion. And this is arm hugs. The leg cradle will help stretch out the muscles of your hip and your groin, as well as challenge your balance and stability. Jacqueline's going to hold perfect posture while elevating her front leg up, getting her shin parallel to the ground, supporting her knee and her ankle, and then pushing tall out of the down leg to triple extension of the ankle, knee, and hip. And then push tall out of the bottom leg. Now this is going to challenge your balance, but that's exactly what we want to do. Fire the small muscles that help stabilize your hips. This is the leg cradle. The leg cradle can be done sideline to sideline. The lateral lunge is going to help elongate the muscles of the groin as well as the lead side hip. Jacqueline's going to keep perfect posture throughout. She's going to take a large step to her left, making sure to keep both feet flat and both toes straight ahead. Make sure that we keep this leg straight on the inside leg, holding perfect posture. We'll then go into the next step by keeping the feet underneath us, weight on the midfoot to heel, and then stepping out again. Both feet are straight ahead, both feet are flat, leg is straight, and she's holding perfect posture throughout. This is the lateral lunge. The lateral lunge can be taken from sideline to center mark and back on an easy day, or from sideline to sideline on a harder day. The drop lunge is going to stretch out the muscles of the upper hips as well as the muscle in the lateral part of your thigh. Several steps. We're going to have Jacqueline keep the perfect posture. She's going to first turn her hips behind so that her toe is even with her heel. She's then going to square up her hips and then rotate the hips sitting back and down with the weight staying on the front leg. She's then going to push off the front leg and get ready to do the next rep. Turn, square up, sit the hips back and down, stretching out the muscle of the glute, pushing off the front leg. Turn it, square up, squat, and push. This is the drop lunge. The drop step squat is going to help open up all the muscles around our hips. Jacqueline again is going to keep perfect posture from her ear to her hip. She's simply going to open up her hips just like a door, pointing the toes in opposite directions. So you try to keep the feet right on the line, keep perfect posture, sit the hips back and down. You're going to feel a stretch in here and in around your hips. Fire the glutes to stand back up, close yourself back up. Open the door, both toes straight out, squat back and down, pushing the hips forward, firing from the glutes on the way back up, and closing back up. Jacqueline, let's show that from the side. There we go. Again, keeping the toes right on the line. Jacqueline's gonna drop, opening your hips up, holding perfect posture, and squatting the hips back and down, pushing the knees out and your hips forward. So again, you can feel the stretch in and around the hip and fire glutes on the way up. And that is the drop, step, squat. Lateral pillar skipping is going to improve the dynamic flexibility around our hips, as well as help improve our ability to explode laterally. Jacqueline's going to hold perfect posture, and remember that the skip is when the foot hits the ground twice before going to the other leg. So we're going to really try to extend ankle, knees, and hips right to the ground, creating that small bounce or skip. Perfect posture, and go. Jacqueline's going to go toe up, knee up, heel up, and then push hard out of the ankles, knees, and hips, creating that small skipping out of each leg. That is the lateral pillar skip. Rapid response lateral and base is going to help improve our foot quickness and give us explosive first step ability. Jacqueline's going to get in a great stance. Feet are going to be just outside her hips like a split step. We're going to go over 4 inches to her right and then 4 inches to her left and rest. Now these drills can be done for 4 to 10 seconds, anywhere between 2 and 5 sets. Jacqueline, let's go ahead and go for 4 seconds. Ready, go. Quick back and forth. These drills have to be quick from second 1 and time. Don't let it take 2 to 3 seconds to get going. Initiate it right away. We can now progress the rapid response lateral base by linking it to a crossover step to acceleration. Ready, go. Go. Crossover and sprint. Ready, go. Go. Rapid response base rotations are going to help improve our explosive power and elasticity through our core. Jacqueline's going to keep her belly button drawn right into her spine, hold perfect posture. She's going to start by rotating her hips in front of the line and then rotating her hips behind. Notice that she's creating a torque between her shoulders and her hips. We're going to do this for speed, anywhere between 4 and 10 seconds for 2 to 5 sets. Ready, go. Turn the hips, 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 and rest. Great job. We can progress the rapid response base rotations to a crossover and sprint. Ready, go. Go. Ready, go. Rest. Ready, go.